Ooh, a game based on a film. Oh, that's a sure sign of quality, isn't it? When we've had such classics as Catwoman, Home Alone, E.T., Charlie's Angels, Mean Girls, really? Games made about films are a standard part of cash-in capitalism. And because that's usually what they are, the games tend to be baubles. I mean sheer, unadulterated baubles. With glitter. But the only thing worse than a game based on a film is a game based on a bad film. The Crow City of Angels is by all accounts a bad film. So yeah, we are in for a treat here. Don't confuse this film with the original The Crow. This film is a sequel to that one, and that one was actually an alright film. The Crow, released in 1994 and in turn based on the comic book of the same name, is a gritty, dark and stylish flick which tragically took the life of the lead actor, Brandon Lee. There's no video game made of the original film, which is fine by me. Leave it alone, for the love of God. And it's also only this sequel that ever got a game. Neither The Crow Salvation or Wicked Prayer would get a video game made. These films as well, also crap. Look at this lad here, he looks like a checkout attendant watching a customer try to use an expired coupon. Well, if only the second released film would get a game for it, it has to be something special, right? Well, if I'm going to play the video game, then I feel like I should probably have a look at the film, just so I see what's going on. Well, I'm a good 20 minutes in and I still have no idea what's going on. I mean, some goth lad was drowned by some other lads for no apparent reason, then he showed up on a pier and this lass was having dreams of him, so knew he would be there, so she went and she painted his face. There's a crow flapping around. The scripting is... I can't tell if it's ahead of its time or what. The whole thing comes across like that mostly improvised play you and a bunch of other students came up with at Drama GCSE. I'm expecting one of them to shout "freeze frame" any moment, maybe do a monologue about really deep social issues that they have zero understanding of. I mean, we get it. There's a crow. Why do you have to show it every single minute? We get it. The film is called The Crow. There's a crow. Oh no, are they gonna bone? I mean, literally, they've had little to no interaction aside from her bringing him to safety, and then, you know, she painted his face for some reason, and he's sitting like a crow. I mean, that is very sexually unappealing. Oh, and her bloodstain is a crow. Yeah, are we watching The Crow? I wasn't sure if we were watching The Crow. Whoa, did you see that? That effect was even better than my green screen effects. Oh yeah, another crow shape, yeah. Sorry, did anyone catch if I was watching The Crow or not? Bad guy gets hold of the crow, kills it, then messes up the link for this lad to the other life or something. While this is happening, the most unenthusiastic Day of the Dead festival is going on. Oh, he's dead. Oh no, he's not, because he has the power of the crow. What is going on right now? I have no idea what is happening. Well, this is awkward. I have no idea what I just watched. I just know that it was awful and there was a crow. They really do hammer that home, that there was a crow. If by hammer that home you mean this. Well, this seems like an excellent film to make a video game about, said nobody ever. It does blow my mind a little that such a bad film got a video game adaptation. Well, the games like Catwoman and Charlie's Angels just have the enemies getting knocked out mostly, rather than being utterly murdered. And I've not played the Mean Girls video game, but I'm guessing there's only a little bit of bloodshed in that one. No worries about that kind of thing in The Crow, surely. I mean, it's a pretty brutal film, so I think we can expect that from the game, right? I hope so. I want to punch some people with blood. This game was made by a company called Grey Matter and released in the tail end of 1997. It came out on the Sega Saturn and MS-DOS too, but I've got it on the PlayStation. Ooh, look at this. So disky. Ooh, an intro scene. Nice. It is actually a pretty reasonably paraphrased version of this scene in the film, where Iggy Pop kills our main character Ash and his son.
I say reasonably paraphrased. I mean, they all say the lines from the film, but they're weirdly cut off.
Whoa! Holy hell, girl, you have got a look going on there. My God, if you're gonna rock about like that, why not just take the weird nipple harnesses off? That's better than looking like you're trying to rein them in like the noses of uncooperative horses. In the film, this character looks awesome. It's really quite impressive how they've managed to make her look so bad in the game. Mind you, it's not like Iggy fares too well either. You okay there, Iggy? You okay? Oh, you're a passenger, alright. In an ambulance by the looks of it. Oh, we starting. Oh yes, now this is a soundtrack. Holy hell, the bass is like being punched in the face. Oh, hang on. Is it a loop of the same 8 bars of music again and again? Oh, brilliant. Where am I? Where are you? Well, where am I? Oh, this is me down here. At first I thought I was this dude, but no, I'm here on the bottom trying to hump a skip. Oof, flashbacks to my last night out in Newcastle. Right, hang on. Oh, bloody tank controls. Tank controls? Fuck off. I don't know if I've expressed this before, but I hate tank controls. If I'm not in a tank, I don't want to be using tank controls. Just to clarify for anyone who doesn't know what I'm going on about, tank controls were not unusual in 3D games of this era.
Remember, these were the days before the joystick on controllers was standardised.
When you press up on the D-pad, your character walks forward in whatever direction they're facing. In my opinion, it's what ruined the promising game Croc on the PlayStation 1. And I will die on that hill. It's getting quite lonely here. In games like this, it uses tank controls to accommodate for the very frequent changes in the perspective of the camera. I'll get to how much of a piss take that is shortly, let's just play the game. Alright, so it's a beat 'em up. So let's do some beating up. Turn around and hit him. There we go. Hey! So you've got your standard punch, kick, grab, block, but if you want to make any real damage, you have to do his special moves. Okay, let me just, okay. I've got a bottle. Oh, I don't have a bottle. How did I even do that? But remember, I'm using tank controls here, so very often I'll just start trying to kick some idiot to the right of me, only for Ash to just nonchalantly turn to his right instead, and then he gets smacked. Whoa! A backflip was just what this situation needed. I'm putting this onto easy mode. I'm gonna get my arse handed to me otherwise. My tiny, flat, goth arse. Go through! Go! Is that even a door? That's not even a door. When you kill the bunch of lads that you're supposed to, there's a crow call and this weird glowing shape will appear on the ground. Yeah, it does look like a pool of sick with these graphics, but it's supposed to be a crow pointed towards where you need to go next. Although honestly, I don't know why they couldn't just do a heads-up arrow display like any normal game would. I guess having a crow on the floor makes sure that everyone's aware that we're playing a game called The Crow. Because I wasn't sure if we were playing a game called The Crow, but now I know that we're definitely playing a game called The Crow. I mean, sometimes it's really hard to see which way the painted crow is facing. At some angles, it's just a shapeless blob. Which is a sentence that applies to me after a year of lockdown. Stop hitting when there's nothing there to hit! What can you do? You can do nothing, love. Oh, you're joining in, are you too, are you, mate? Oh, I'm ducking! Excuse me, love. I love the way he just absolutely smashes his hand out enthusiastically. He's not messing around, is this lad? Which is quite impressive given that he looks like he could not give less of a shit. Look at the way he walks. He looks like he's moving very, very quickly somewhere without wanting to draw attention to himself. Looks like he's speed walking to the discount aisle at Tesco's at the end of the day. Gonna get that reduced chicken breast. Look at his stance when he picks something up. Who stands like that with their arms like that? Now, obviously, I want to make a full review video out of this, but if I was being lazy, I could just say, The Crow City of Angels is a game where you go to a place and there's lads who you beat up, and then you move to the next room and there's lads who you beat up right up until the end where there's a lad that you beat up. That's the game. Even though this is one of those infamously terrible games, I'm really finding it hard to find things to say about it. Ooh, bye Felicia! Grab a lad, get all close up like for a snog, throw him away! Oh man, that is fabulous. Almost as fabulous as the way he runs, like he's trying to dry his nail polish. Let's all race, looking like our wrists have been hit by a sledgehammer. Which, after playing this game, would be a sweet release from having to keep playing it.
Right, I've sorted him out. No, love, I'm off. Okay.
Look at this. Just look at this. Everybody do the conga!
Oh, they're beating each other up now.
Ooh!
Oh, that lad's melted into the floor. What the shit? Is that quicksand there? Well, excuse me, love. There's a patch of quicksand here. You might want to be careful. Ow! I'm down here. What are you going to do? I'm up. Oh, I'm down again.
Check out my backflip.
Ow. Way! That's what we needed, a backflip. That totally helped in this situation. Backflipping into town. Whee!
The backgrounds in the level design are very faithful to the film, because as you can see, it's all the same weird shade of grey green, and it's hard to tell each level from the other, honestly. Once you do get the hang of the controls, it's nowhere near as difficult, but after that, it just becomes really, really boring. To be honest, beat-em-ups are my least favourite genre of games, with a very few exceptions, so my default setting for this kind of game is to be bored as hell. But I mean, there's nothing here anyway. Nothing to do apart from mash buttons and run around with that freshly manicured walk. So tank controls used to let games like this have sort of cinematic camera switches, like this one here, which is disorientating in this game because so many of the screens look so similar to each other. Sometimes you'll get stuck between switches, and then you've got to work out in your head which way you need to press because it's the tank controls. It did my head in.
This music does sound like an upstairs neighbour doing their Zumba class. Where am I? Where have I gone? I'm over here, look. I can't... Oh, I'm gone again. Hang on, there I am.
Ooh, hello. Now we're talking. Whoa, we've got some strong looks going on here.
Have I wandered into some sort of alternative fetish-friendly nightclub? I wish I'd have known. I'd have brought my cat suit.
I was going to do a cat suit joke here, but I've put on 2 stone since the start of lockdown, so I can't fit in it properly anymore. Not that I ever could.
Get off. I'm trying to chat to this nice lady behind the bar. Right, sorry, love. Where were we? I am really enjoying your style. You're looking pretty sweet tonight. But don't chuck glass at me. What the hell? Are you okay, love? Are you okay? Most of the enemies will come to you and start a scrap for, no particular reason. But lots of them are like this. Blokes who just look like they're on a construction contract. Hard at work. Going back and forth in the same small space. And then I come along and just pummel them to bits. Who's literally just minding his own business, in a pair of dungarees. He's literally just hanging out, trying to have an... Oh, so his mate's getting involved. Bloody hell! Gonna need to fill out an incident report form on that. Nice to see them wearing hard hats, though. That's appropriate PPE for walking back and forth in the same space. I think these construction workers must be the ones employed by Highways England to fix motorways. Look at the wiggle on those enemies. Who walks like that? Why do all the bad guys move like they're wearing jeans 2 sizes too small for them? Just buy the bigger sizes. Stop kidding yourself. We've all put on weight during lockdown. Your baubles must be squeezed flat by this stage. Try and slip your phone in your back pocket and they're gonna burst like grapes. The baddies here are more or less cookie cutters of each other, but occasionally you'll get to some idiot who's meant to be one of the murdering group that kill Ash and his kid in the film. They act as bosses and their movesets are just ridiculous. They're ridiculous.
What are you doing, Sunshine? Love, you're getting pasted by a goth. Now is not the right time to start breakdancing. Oh, this is just way beyond stupid. The only reason it's taking me so long is because he keeps flashing his arse at me. It's not even an attack, is it? I'm gonna go outside and see if I can attack someone with my arse. Every time one of the gang members that murdered our main character are killed, we get treated to a cutscene of their death, which for some reason is usually very different to how they were seen in the film. We don't even get a death scene for the lass with the cracking outfit. Just a shot of Ash stretching his arms out and then an unwelcome zoom in on his nostrils. Jesus! Iggy Pop's character gets hung up over a drum kit because I've no idea. I mean, that would have taken Ash a lot of time to do. Seems kind of pointless there. Although I suppose it stands to reason there's a lot of bondage tape lying about for him to use. Excuse me, I appear to have wandered into a performance of the Rocky Horror Show.
Come here, let me headbutt you. Hey! Absolutely nutted.
The collision detection is bad. Look, my leg is passing through this idiot's head, but he's taking no damage because I need to be at the perfect distance to smack him with my foot. Now, I'm not an expert in brawling, but I'm pretty sure if you kick your leg through someone's skull, neither of you are going to be walking ever again.
It's not just things like bottles and knives that our vitamin D deficient friend can pick up. Once he gets hold of a firearm, the game does get a lot more fun to play. It's so much easier to shoot one of these idiots in the head. Most of the time when you're trying to beat someone up, you're just smacking the air. Oh, I blew this lad into next year. Hey, bring us back some future snacks. Burgers made of crickets and radiation poisoned cows, that kind of thing. Now, the voices. They are bad enough in the cutscenes. Camera. Yes. What other words do you know? But the random clips during gameplay, there's something else.
Eat steel. Hey, clown face.
Were these recorded in 1920 or something? They sound like the inside of a Bud Light tin.
Hey, clown face.
The audio mixing is a bit weird, so hearing them is loud and jarring. You don't want to hear this in headphones. Oh no, the bad guy got the crow and drank its blood. Wow, what an excellent redo of the original scene in the film. Look, I can't tell the difference. I don't know about you, I can't tell the difference. Look at this absolutely pathetic excuse for a game. Ooh! Oh, you cheeky bugger. But this is where the game really takes liberties with the phrase based on the film. Because our topless lad here takes us to another dimension. One which features a short walkway and a platform for him to gloat on.
Fair enough. If you're going to dip in and out of another dimension, it makes sense to make the place your own. I've got one too.
For a final big boss battle, this is underwhelming. He keeps just spawning weird BDSM baddies that attack you, and that's kind of it. You beat them up one by one, they just keep coming, and not in the fun way, I hope, even though they are dressed for it. So it's not like this is a short boss battle, but it's so boring. We've already had an entire game of this awkward, badly coded fighting. Why do we need more? Oh, there it is. Just to remind us we're playing the crow. There's a crow on the floor. Oh my god! Why? Why the face? Are we not going to get an explanation? No? Okay. Oh, and the crow bloke is going into the sunset with his dead son? Where did he come from? Oh, and there's a crow. Well, guys, can you come back? Guys, can we hello?
I've not been so underwhelmed since the last Nintendo Direct.
You know how life is so fleeting and every moment is one that you'll never get back? We'll never get this back. I'll never get the time that I've played this game back. Time that I could have spent sitting on the sofa on my fat ass, playing the Xbox, and actually having a nice time. Well, I guess we've got this lot in the credits to thank for whatever all that was. Including Jeff in the map design. Didn't want to add your last name here, Jeff? No? I don't blame you, mate.
Ah, good old Jeff. Who knows where he is now?
This is beyond bad. It smashes expectations for the level of shit you would normally see in a tie-in game. This game was released the year after the film, in 1997. It was released on the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and Windows. I just have the PlayStation 1 version, thank you very much, Lord Toasted Fallen Star. I think thank you is the right phrase. I'm just wondering what the marketing team were thinking to release it on so many platforms, ages after the buzz about the film had worn down. Now, Grey Matter had already made a beat-em-up for the PlayStation in the form of Perfect Weapon. I'll tell you what's a friggin' perfect weapon. This game's a perfect weapon. Anyway, this game was released only a few months before The Crow. The reason being, rather obviously, that The Crow game was lifted right from Perfect Weapon. Same controls, same gameplay. I don't know what to say about this really. It's The Crow game, but it's not as shit. But it's still shit. More of a mediocre tool than a perfect weapon. Whereas this one, oh, this is the entire toolbox with a massive fucking spanner. It's like, you know when you go to the car mechanics and they've got those amazing big red toolboxes by Snap-on? The game is one of them, but in the drawers there's just shit. When Grey Matter shut down shortly after the Crow City of Angels game was released, it had been making games for nearly 10 years. The founder went on to open a web design business instead. By the time the Crow game came out, there were a good 70 employees at the company. It doesn't seem likely that the Crow City of Angels game was a catalyst in the company shutting down. In interviews on the subject, Grey simply states that there wasn't enough funding to keep the company going. It's not like they'd been churning out big hit after all. Well, maybe blame publishers' acclaim for going on a bit of a license spending spree at the time. They went a bit mental. Right, for the safety of everyone, I think I'm just going to pop to my dimension now to calm down.
Oh, Jeff, get out of my spot, dickhead.